Hey everyone, so for today's smoothie, to add this to our spicy smoothie collection, I don't have a name for this one. Honestly, it's only half original. I went to some smoothie place in Hawaii that closed down a long time ago, but they had this really interesting smoothie that combined it. Interesting smoothie that combined some flavors that I would not have expected to go together. So when I got back here, I didn't have all the same ingredients because a lot of them are kind of hard to get and exotic. So I kind of took whatever flavors I thought would match and I recreated the smoothie based on my own personal likings. I've been sharing this smoothie at work with a few people, and so far people really seem to enjoy it, so I decided to add this to our collection. This is a great smoothie if you like spicy things. And by the way, if you like my shirt, you can buy these in Ocean Beach at Ocean Beach Gifts. And by the way, if you like my shirt, I will leave the address of...
I'll leave it on my nipple a little more. Okay.
Let me adjust the girls. Okay. By the way, if you like the design on my shirt... Tight spaces, tight spaces. So if you like this design and you would like to get some shirts or hoodies that have the Ocean Beach logo on it, I'll leave the details below. Okay, let's get started. Starting with our ingredients from first to last, I always start with the heavier items first, so that way when I tip my NutriBullet upside down, the weight pushes in on all those greens to help blend those up. We have a handful of frozen strawberries and a handful of frozen cherries. We also have about half of a chopped beet. I like to add beets to my smoothies because it gets rid of that alarming green color that is sometimes very off-putting. So if you don't like beets, you can leave it out. But to be perfectly honest with you, you're not really going to taste it. The only thing that's going to come out of the beet is going to be a beautiful purplish color and a extra sweetness in the taste of the smoothie. Next in our lineup is frozen mango. Okay, I'm using about a cup and a half here. This smoothie is meant to be about 2 servings, so if you're actually going to just drink this yourself and you don't like big smoothies, then you might want to cut this amount of mango in half and lessen a little bit of the beets and cherries. For our greens, we have kale. You can use any greens that you like. I prefer kale in this one because the flavor is so strong that any kale, any earthy flavor from the kale is kind of diluted. So it's a great opportunity to sneak in some of those extra greens. Okay, for powders, we have our maca powder. Maca powder is the key ingredient. This is one that you should not skip, as well as cocoa powder. Something about the cocoa powder really goes well with this recipe. I really like it. For our spices, I add just a dash of turmeric. If you really like turmeric, you can add more. If you happen to have fresh turmeric on hand, that goes really, really well with this. I just don't have any today, but fresh turmeric is really awesome in this. 1 good squirt of ginger to add some heat. And speaking of heat, we have cayenne pepper. How much to add really depends on how spicy you like your food. I recommend just putting in a dash or 2, and then after you blend it, see how you like it. I personally like my foods really, really spicy, so if I were to measure this out, I'd probably put about, maybe about half a teaspoon. And because this smoothie is being made after the gym, I'm going to add some of my Vegas Sport protein powder. No, I am not sponsored by them. I just like the way this flavor goes with most of my smoothies. Okay, it looks like we have everything ready, so let's start adding the ingredients. So again, I like to start with the heavier frozen things first. It tends to work better when you have this above the greens. The gravity kind of pushes down and blends the greens up nicely. And you don't get so many bits of not blended fruits and vegetables when you do it that way. Okay, so I'm gonna add my berries and my beets. Then I'm gonna add my mango. followed by my greens. Get a couple of handfuls in there. So if you don't like a lot of gas in your smoothies, something I like to do is after I add the water, I blend all these ingredients first, and then I add the powdered ingredients last. So I'll blend this for about a good minute, and then I'll stop it, and then I'll add the powders, and I'll blend it for like maybe another 30 seconds tops, and that's plenty to mix it all together, and it tends to produce a lot less gas. I'm about to make Healthy Crazy Cool really happy. Something that really helps out smoothies is some sort of nut butter to kind of smooth things out. Something like peanut butter would definitely overpower something like this. Even something like cashew butter and almond butter might not be the flavor that I want. Whenever I'm looking for a really neutral nut butter to add into a smoothie to just add a little bit of creaminess, I always kind of go with tahini. Tahini is just, you know, it has flavor, but it doesn't overtake the intention of the flavors that you're going for. So adding in that tahini now. I'm almost out, so we'll just use the rest of that. Miles, if you're watching, this one's for you. Okay, next I'll add my water. Or my water, as we say back here in Rhode Island. My water. Again, I'm going to blend this first, and then I'm going to add my dry ingredients. Okay, I really want to make sure that Okay, something that's really important to note is that if you are using a glass table at home, I would not blend this on the NutriBullet on a glass table in fear of it shattering. No idea if that could happen, but it's just something that could possibly imagine happening, especially with my luck. So I'm gonna bring this over the counter and bring it right back. Okay, so let's blend that up. So normally, obviously, I would add these ingredients on the counter, but I'm going back and forth just so you guys. So now that I did my first blend, I'm gonna add my cocoa powder. I'm Italian, so I don't really measure things by teaspoons. I just kind of do what I think looks right. This looks like about a tablespoon or so of cocoa powder. And then I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of the maca powder. One delectable squeeze of this yummy squeezed ginger. You can use powdered ginger for this. Actually, if you have fresh ginger, this will knock this smoothie out of the world. But again, I'm single, so I don't really keep too many of those ingredients on hand unless it's for a bigger recipe. So this squeezed bottled ginger will do. One good squeeze. Add some heat. And for the most fun ingredient of all, the cayenne pepper, which I'm gonna add 1, 2,
Oh no, he didn't.
3 dashes of cayenne pepper, because that's how we do it in Southern California. Lastly, my protein powder. And now I'm going to blend this just enough so that the powders dilute themselves into the mixture. All right, let's give this a taste. This is one of my favorites. It's not quite as frozen as I normally like because I had to take a few takes in filming this, but I'm sure it'll taste amazing. All right, let's see how I did. Yep, that's good. Just, oh, I can feel the cayenne pepper hit. That is delicious.
My smoothie mustache.
That is absolutely delicious. And I can just taste that cayenne kick in. When you first taste it, you're gonna feel a little bit of heat, but as you keep drinking it, that cayenne really starts to build up. So again, if you're not used to spice, you might wanna start out with just a little bit and then work your way up. Yeah, guys, yep, this is exactly the flavors that I was going for. You've gotta try this. This is just absolutely amazing. So please tell me what you think in the comments below, and if you have a really good name for this smoothie, add that as well, and if I like it, I will revise this video with the name that you gave it. Also, if you like the video, please press like and feel free to subscribe. I come out with new videos weekly, typically on Mondays. Not a commitment to Mondays, but I'm gonna shoot for Mondays. And yeah, cheers until our next video.